Hello everyone, if you're new here, thank you very much. Welcome. My name is Akinlalis, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming. And if you're new, do not forget to click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new videos. Now, today's video, we're going to be talking about what is the place of separation in the life of a present-day Christian. As a Christian, exactly what am I trying to separate myself from? Why should I separate myself from those things? Then now, what do I stand to gain when I actually separate myself from these things? These and many more we're going to be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. Now, in this present day and time, it is so easy to get distracted. Now, if you search online, you find out that the average attention span of a human now is about 8 seconds. Just 8 seconds. Now, we can easily get distracted. That is just trying to tell you how easy it is to get distracted, how easy it is for something to lose your attention. Now, we have lots of things that can distract us in this present age. There is YouTube, there is Netflix, there is WhatsApp, there is Instagram, there is Twitter, there are games, there are a lot of apps that can distract us. Now, don't get me wrong, not saying that these apps in themselves, there's nothing wrong with these apps themselves. Now, the negative effect is now when we spend a whole ton of our time. You have 24 hours in a day and you spend 4 or 5 hours actually on this app. There are people, there are individuals that can, it's not even individuals, almost everybody, if you allow yourself up for 24 hours straight up, if you have unlimited Wi-Fi, there's something you can snack up by the side, there is light, you can be online for 24 hours, like just stay comfortably and browse 24 hours without feeling anyhow. Like, that is how comfortable we are now in distractions. Why do you need to separate yourself once in a while? Like, once in a while, it's actually necessary to actually, let me stay away from this for a while, or let me reduce the amount of time I'm spending on this. Let me try to focus on God. Let me try to focus on faith. So why is it necessary to do that once in a while? Number one is mind renewal, to clear your mind and space. See, a lot of times our mind, 24 hours a day, you wake up trying to go to work, trying to do 1 or 2 things, trying to go about your daily routine, then you check on WhatsApp, you check Instagram, you saw a story on Instagram, there's a gist online, there are things. See, our mind space are always filled with lot of things that we see daily. Then you see there's this new movie that something is happening, it's in your mind, then oh, that's right, I have to do something, I have to do my homework, or someone sent me something, I have to do that. Your mind space is clogged up with a lot of things, both necessary and unnecessary things. So now, once in a while, it's necessary, once in a while, it's actually required to actually clear your mind space. Let yourself actually focus on only the things that are necessary. Filter out the unnecessary or unrequired things that are boggling your mind space. Number two is to place yourself in an arena or space of divine revelation. I don't know if you've ever been to a market, at least if you're in Lagos, Nigeria. I think every market in Nigeria is like that, though some markets are more noisier than the other. I don't know, imagine being in somewhere like Eko-Idumota, where by your side there's somebody who is selling music and playing music with speakers. The other side, there are bus conductors shouting. Everywhere in the market is noisy. Then you get a phone call, and then someone's trying to tell you something over the phone call. It is very distracting. That is how, when you are trying to hear from God in the midst of your daily routine, browsing, imagine you're on WhatsApp, somebody's texting you something, and then you say, okay, I want to speak to God now. You open your Bible, then someone is texting you, and like, okay, let me quickly reply this text. As something, you're texting someone, oh, something pops up, a notification from YouTube, oh, this video I've been waiting for to come out on Netflix pops up. This kind of distraction, there is no way you'll be able to directly hear from God. So being able to separate ourselves once in a while from these distractions actually help put us in a space or arena of receiving revelation from God, receiving something for yourself, receiving something that God has been trying to pass across to you, a message that God has been trying to pass across to you, but you've just been filled with so much distraction, you've not been hearing it. Now, clearing yourself once in a while, separating yourself from those things, help you to actually get those revelations. But two, it actually helps to reevaluate ourselves. You know, a lot of times we get so lost in our routines and the things we're doing and going to work. At the end of the month, you're like, okay, I wanted to achieve this at the end of the month. What have I achieved? So separating yourself from all this kind of thing, it helps you reevaluate. Where am I in this? Okay, this is my goal for this month. Where am I? Have I even started the journey to achieving that goal? Have I gotten halfway? Am I almost there? Have I achieved the goal? Is there still time for me to actually achieve another goal in this month? It helps you reevaluate yourself. Okay, this month I've spent a lot of money on things that are not necessary. Okay, it's like I've bought too many things that were not required. I saved less. It helps you to just reevaluate yourself. Or have I spoken to people less this year? Have I not reached out to enough people? Have I reached out to too many people? Have I talked too much? Have I said things I'm not meant to say? This kind of time, when you actually separate yourself from these distractions, it helps you to reevaluate all what you've done so far, and actually helps you make better decisions going forward. The fourth one, self-discovery. Now, it is also important as Christians, we have to be very sensitive to whatever season we are at a particular period in time. So maybe earlier at the beginning of the year, you are a season of maybe being alone, just growing in His presence. A lot of times, if you're clouded by things, distractions and everything, you do not know when you're meant to be alone. You do not know when it's time for you to actually go forth. Okay, God wants you now to speak to other people about a certain thing He has actually been building you on. So it is actually very important to always take time out to evaluate ourselves and know what season we are in at the moment, because there are different times and seasons. We all know that there are times of season. Now, this is the period of rain. Yes, here in Nigeria. So now, there is a season for rain. And if you're not sensitive to the season, imagine a crop where you're meant to plant in the rainy season. Then, you're going to say, oh, I'm going to plant it in December. And then the crop doesn't grow and you're like, why didn't it grow? Because you're not sensitive to that particular season and times. There are times and seasons. Everything has a time and season. So it's always important to always step back and rediscover what season and period you actually are at every point in your life. Now, my number 5 point, to refocus your mind on your goal. We set goals and it is very, very, very easy, like I said, to get distracted from the goals you've set. You see, a lot of us, we set New Year resolution, and at the end of the year, it is now carryover resolution, because we ended up not doing most of all these things. And it's because it is very easy to lose focus of a thing. Now, it is always important, once you separate yourself and you just decluster your mind, it helps you, okay, this is my goal, this is where I'm headed to, this is where I am currently, this is what I should do to actually achieve the goal before this particular period ends, or before your allocated time, or whatever stipulated period you give yourself to achieve that goal. So it is always necessary to decluster your mind and separate yourself from distraction in order to be able to focus yourself on your goal and purpose in life. Now, in the Bible, we can see that there were people who actually separated themselves to actually achieve their purpose and goal. Abraham, for one, God spoke to him and told him to actually leave his land to go out. If he wasn't sensitive to, if he had not separated himself at that point in time, he would not have been known as a father of many nations. He would not have been known as a rich and affluent man as he was, as he is known currently. He will not have be able to achieve God's purpose and God's plan for his life. And if you notice, even after he had separated himself from his people, he kept on doing something. He kept on going out in the evening, separating himself from his family to talk with God. Now, second person was Moses. While Moses was leading the people of Israel, anytime he wanted to pray or he wanted to speak to God, the Bible always recorded he went up to the mountain. He separated himself from the people. Why didn't he just sit at the town square or at the village square, cross his leg and say, I'm trying to focus to God. No, he had to separate himself so he can actually hear from God. Him and God could converse. And then when he finished speaking with God, he will come down and then tell the people what God said. The third person, Anna, we can remember that Anna actually separated herself from her family and then went to the altar to pray to God. That even when the prophet saw her, Prophet Eli, and he was like, is she drunk? Because she separated herself to pray to God. And then what happened? She got the response to her answer. Last but not the least, for my own this thing is Jesus Christ, which is our own very example here on earth. He always separated himself to pray. Even when he was about to be crucified, when he knew the time was coming closer, he went to the Garden of Gethsemane. He separated himself from his disciples. He told his disciples to pray, but he did not stay there and pray with them. He separated himself to actually pray and talk and converse with God, to prepare himself for the journey ahead. So it's very important. We can see biblical scriptures why there are a lot of biblical references why it is important to separate ourselves. Now, what exactly am I separating myself from? What exactly are you separating yourself from? Number one, anything that is not necessary and consumes a lot of your time. A lot of time, personally for me, earlier this year, I can be on YouTube for 4 hours. I'm on Instagram for 3 hours. Like legit, it got to a point in time I realized that those things were not, yes, they could have been essential at a point in time, but it wasn't a do or die thing. I had to tell myself, okay, there has to be restrictions to some area. I started timing myself. I did an app lock where I make sure that, for example, YouTube I do 15 minutes, 13 minutes as the case may be. Instagram 15 minutes. Once 15 minutes is over, like the phone just locks it out. So it is important, anything that it is not so necessary and consumes a lot of your time, it is important to separate yourself. Look for ways by which you could maintain and how to separate yourself and make good use of your time. Second, anything that can easily distract you from a daily activity or a daily goal that you've set out to do. Imagine, okay, you've said you wanted to make a YouTube channel, or you wanted to make a YouTube video concerning something, or you wanted to type a blog up, and then that once I see maybe an episode of your favorite movie, you just say, I can do it tomorrow, let me just watch this movie right now and then get along with it. Anything that can distract you from actually fulfilling those daily goals or daily tasks you've set out for yourself, separate yourself from those things. Whatever can distract you from your daily goal, just give it time. Eventually, in the long run, it will actually deviate you from your goal or purpose. Anything that can affect or influence your time with God. You said your quiet time is 1 hour, and that once you see probably a YouTube notification or a Netflix notification or WhatsApp notification, that 1 hour that you plan to spend with God just automatically cuts down to 30 minutes or 40 minutes where you're like, Father, thank you, in Jesus' mighty name I pray, amen, amen. And just because you want to do anything that can actually influence your time with God negatively, you need to separate yourself from it. What do you stand to gain from separating yourself? A renewed mind, a purpose-driven, goal-oriented mindset, a renewed and self-evaluated self. Okay, this is what I've been doing for this past month that is not good. This is what I should do better. You have self-evaluated yourself. You know what to work on. You know what to remove. You know what to do away with. You know what to improve on. Last but not the least, you have the knowledge of the season you are currently operating in, and that is one thing that is very important. A lot of us, we do the right thing in the wrong season. Now we've come to the end of the video for today, but if there is anything you want me to know, please do feel free to put them down in the comment section down below. What do you think as Christians now in our present day that we need to separate ourselves from? There are a lot of things that distract us as Christians. Now, what do you think actually distract us as Christians? Please do feel free to also put that in the comment section down below. Anything, suggestion, feedback, things, if anything I said here and you are like, nah, that is not right, please put it down in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. And also, if you also like this video, please don't forget to click the like button, the thumbs up button, and like this video. Also share with your friends and subscribe, click the notification button if you've not done so yet. What are you waiting for? Thank you very much till I come your way again in a new video. Thank you very much. I remain your girl. Peace out. I remain your girl. Thank you. Bye bye.